a secret ritual, a bruised eye, and a power that dates back over 100 years. Aleister Crowley knew it. The Vril Society practiced it. And today, the elite wear it like a badge. You've seen the black eyes. On presidents, on celebrities, on billionaires. But what if this isn't just coincidence? What if it's part of a hidden initiation, one that links modern elites to dark occult forces from the early 1900s? In this video we dive into Aleister Crowley, the mysterious Vril Society, and the disturbing truth behind the Black Eye ritual. Let's begin. It's one of the most unsettling coincidences in modern history. Leaders, celebrities, CEOs. All photographed with the exact same injury, a blackened eye. Not a random bruise. Not a boxing accident. The same eye. The same look. The same silence. Some call it a rite of passage into the elite. Others believe it's part of a deeper ritual involving psychic trauma and occult submission. The black eye isn't just symbolic. It's a signature. A message. A mark that someone has crossed into something far darker than fame or power. But here's what most people don't know. This ritual has roots far older than Hollywood or Washington. It dates back to early occult societies. And one man stands at the center of it all. Aleister Crowley. He was called the Great Beast 666. Branded as the wickedest man in the world. And even today, his shadow stretches across music, politics, pop culture. And something far darker, occult initiation. Aleister Crowley wasn't just a magician. He was a master manipulator of ancient forces, obsessed with unlocking hidden dimensions of power. Born in 1875 into a strict Christian family, Crowley quickly rejected all forms of religion. Instead, he created his own. In the early 1900s, he founded Thelema, a spiritual philosophy based on one rule: do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. In other words, there is no morality, no limit, only will and power. But Crowley didn't stop there. He joined secret societies like the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, and later the mysterious Ordo Templi Orientis, where he introduced sex magic, blood rituals, and strange initiations meant to break the mind and summon what he called non-human intelligences. In 1918, during a series of rituals in New York, he claimed to make contact with a being called Lamb, a gray, alien-like entity with an enlarged skull and empty eyes. Lamb became the prototype for the gray alien image decades before Roswell. But Crowley never described it as an alien. He said it was a gateway. A presence from another dimension. His experiments weren't isolated. Crowley believed pain, trauma, and altered consciousness were keys to unlocking hidden power, a theme that sounds disturbingly familiar when we look at the modern black eye ritual. Many researchers now ask, was Crowley the originator of a rite that passed silently into elite circles? A ritual where the eye, the very symbol of perception and consciousness, must be wounded to gain access to something else. After all, in Crowley's teachings, the left eye is symbolic of the moon, the feminine, the subconscious, the hidden. Damaging it may symbolize breaking through to what's beneath the surface. But at a price. What's even more disturbing? Celebrities like David Bowie, the Beatles, and even Jay-Z have been linked to Crowley's imagery and quotes. Was this just artistic inspiration? Or the continuation of a hidden doctrine? Crowley died in 1947. But his influence only grew. And as we'll see next, another group just as mysterious took his ideas even further. While Crowley was channeling entities and rewriting the laws of morality in Britain and America across the ocean in post-World War I Germany, another force was rising. One that believed not just in occult power, but in a hidden energy that could reshape humanity itself. They called it Vril. The Vril Society wasn't just a myth, it was a secretive group of intellectuals, mystics and occultists that operated in the shadows of the collapsing German Empire. Rooted in the 1871 novel The Coming Race by Edward Bulwer-Lytton, Vril was described as a limitless energy source used by a superior subterranean race. But for the Vril Society, this wasn't fiction. It was revelation. They believed Vril was real, a cosmic force that flowed through the earth and the human body, and that with enough spiritual and ritualistic training, it could be harnessed to control minds, move objects, and even power technology beyond our comprehension. The Vril Society attracted scientists, aristocrats, and rumors even link early members of the Thule Society, the spiritual precursor to the Nazi Party. But what made Vril unique wasn't just their beliefs, it was their methods. The group was allegedly led by women mediums, highly gifted psychics who claimed to be in contact with beings from Aldebaran, a star system 65 light-years away. These mediums would go into trance states, speak in unknown languages, and draw schematics of advanced flying crafts. Decades before the first UFO sightings, some of these designs matched what we now know as the Nazi Haunebu saucers, anti-gravity disks developed in secret programs during World War II. Could it be that the Vril Society actually tapped into something? Something beyond our dimension? Crowley channeled Lamb. The Vril mediums spoke with the Sumi people of Aldebaran. In both cases, contact was the goal. And the cost? Altered consciousness, pain, submission, ritual. There are even whispers that the black eye ritual may have origins in Vril practices, symbolic of psychic initiation, trauma-based mind expansion, or even possession by outside intelligences. One chilling detail. Vril members believed the left eye was the gateway through which Vril energy entered the body. Damage to it during intense ritual could break the veil between worlds. After the war, Vril seemingly vanished. No arrests, no trials, just silence, as if they were never there. But their symbols, the eagle, the black sun, the reversed swastika, appear again and again in modern occult circles, from secret military patches to elite art installations. Were they truly just an obscure group of mystics? Or did they discover something that was never meant for public eyes? Two worlds. Two timelines. Two currents of darkness. Aleister Crowley, the godfather of modern occultism. The Vril Society, a mysterious group channeling off-world entities. But what if they were never separate? What if both paths were fragments of a larger system of hidden knowledge? A system passed from shadow to shadow across generations of elites. Let's break it down. Crowley's rituals focused on altering consciousness through pain, blood, sex, and submission. The goal? To open portals, what he called gateways, into other dimensions where non-human entities could influence our reality. The Vril Society believed in a force, Vril energy, that flowed through the earth and the human soul. Their mediums reached out across the stars, but the process was the same. Trance, symbols, pain, possession. Here's where it gets dark. Crowley often spoke of psychic trauma as a necessary step for spiritual awakening, even for contact with Lamb. Vril initiates used sensory deprivation, isolation, and ritual humiliation to unlock mediumistic power. Both paths emphasize the idea that suffering is the gateway. Now think about the black eye ritual. The bruising, the silence, the repetition across the most powerful figures in the world. What if this is the initiation? A symbolic breaking of the eye, the gateway of perception, to mimic what Crowley and the Vril mediums once practiced in secret? In esoteric traditions, the left eye is the eye of the moon, of intuition, of inner knowledge. Injuring it may not just be physical, it could mean submitting your inner vision to something else. A being, a force, a collective will. The overlap doesn't stop there. Crowley's Eye of Horus symbol. Vril's Black Sunday. Both appear again and again in modern pop culture, fashion, architecture, even music videos. This isn't coincidence. It's communication. It's code. Some believe that a modern version of the Vril Society still operates in secret, embedded in governments, aerospace research, underground military installations. Others say Crowley's followers morphed into elite secret orders, merging thelemic magic with political control systems. Either way, the same signs remain. The black eye, the reverse symbols the silence of those involved. Ask yourself this. Why would celebrities, presidents, and popes share the exact same injury and never explain it? Because they can't. Because it's part of something bigger. And those who speak don't stay long. They say the eyes are the window to the soul. So why do the world's most powerful figures keep showing up? With one of theirs bruised, swollen, and darkened? Former US presidents, popes, billionaires, movie stars, CEOs, all caught at different times with the exact same injury, a black eye. George W. Bush, John Kerry, Prince Philip, Pope Francis, Kanye West, Adam Sandler. The list grows longer each year. Some try to explain it. He fell, it was surgery, it's nothing. But how many falls? Hit only the left eye? These people have access to the best security, the best health care, the best everything. Yet time after time one thing remains the same. No official explanation. No real answers. Just silence. So what if this isn't about injury at all? What if the black eye is the mark of allegiance? In elite circles, rituals aren't just symbolic, they're functional. They bind members. They test loyalty. They expose who's willing to suffer, submit, and transform. In occult systems, ritual trauma is used to fracture identity and create new levels of control over the self. Or over others. Some researchers believe the black eye ritual is part of a modern adaptation of Crowleyan and Vril techniques. Not just for symbolism, but for programming. Programming minds. Programming power structures. Think about it. If ancient occult groups believed the left eye was the gate to the subconscious, and if Crowley taught that spiritual enlightenment requires pain and sacrifice, then what better sign of control than a bruised eye worn in silence? Some even claim there are underground facilities, where elites undergo these rituals away from the public eye. Places where mind control, esoteric teachings, and spiritual possession are blended together. Is it extreme? Maybe. But then again, why the silence? Why the repetition? Why the same mark on the same people in the same positions of power? Maybe the truth is this: the ritual never stopped. It just moved from secret societies to the public stage. We just weren't supposed to notice. So now you know. The ritual might not be random. The bruised eye might not be coincidence. And Crowley, Vril, they may have never disappeared. They just changed form. The real question is, if this is what we can see, what's still hidden? And who is watching? If you want to go deeper into the dark, the forbidden, and the unexplainable, hit that subscribe button and join the resistance. More truths are coming. Stay sharp. Stay aware. And remember, nothing is hidden forever.